Hello Year 4 and welcome to our 10th Maths Meeting video. That's right, this is Maths Meeting video number 10. I'm sure you're going to do brilliantly. Now remember, as always, before we begin, you will need something to write with and something to write on. And as the video plays, this pause button will pop up every now and again to remind you to pause the video, tackle the question on the screen, and then we'll go through the answers afterwards. Okay, let's begin, shall we? We're going to start with fact families. If we know this calculation, what else do we know? The calculation is 7,164 plus 1,563 equals 8,727. Okay, so what three calculations can we get from this? And don't forget, we need the whole and the parts as well. Okay, off we go. Right, let's make a start, shall we? 7,164 plus 1,563 equals 8,727. The whole is 8,727, the largest number in the calculation. The parts are 7,164 and 1,563. So if we know those three facts, we can do the next three calculations really easily. I'm going to start again with our whole, 8,727. Remember, addition is commutative, which means that this number is made up of two parts, 1,563 and 7,164. Okay, we'll look at our subtraction calculations now. Again, we start with our whole. Now, 8,727 is made up of two parts. One part, 1,563. And if we take that part away, we're left with 7,164. And lastly, again, we're going to start with our whole, 8,727. Take away one of our parts, 7,164. That leaves our last part, 1,563. There are three calculations and our whole and our parts. Well done if you got all of those correct. Let's move on, shall we? Okay, multiplying multiples of 10 now. You've got these three numbers down the side, 18, 430, 2.1. I want you to multiply them by 10, by 100 and by 1,000. You don't need to draw out the table, remember, you can just write out the calculations. Okay, pause the video and off you go. Okay, let's make a start, shall we? So we're going to start with 18 multiplied by 10, which is 180. 18 multiplied by 100 is 1,800. 18 multiplied by 1,000 is 18,000. Note each time how many columns our original number has moved. We've moved one column, we've moved two columns, and we've moved three columns. Okay, let's go on. 430 times 10 is 4,300. 430 times 100 is 43,000. And 430 times 1,000 is 430,000. Okay, our challenging one now, 2.1. Let's times that, shall we? 2.1 times 10 is 21. 2.1 times 100 is 210. And 2.1 times 1,000 is 2,100. Well done if you got all 9 of those calculations correct. Wow. Let's move on to the next question, shall we? Okay, we've got some measuring now. We've got a black line on the screen and a ruler against it. We use that ruler to measure how long that black line is. Okay, off you go. Right, let's see, shall we? Now our black line doesn't start on a nice round number, so we've got to mark the ruler there and we're going to count centimetre from there. Note we're 3 millimetres away from this nice round number, so 3 millimetres away from there, 3 millimetres away from there, 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres. We haven't got enough for a third centimetre, so that's 2 centimetres. Let's count our millimetres now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 millimetres there, 2 centimetres and 8 millimetres. So you can write that out in three ways. 2 centimetres and 8 millimetres, or you can convert them all into millimetres, 28 millimetres, or convert them all into centimetres, 2.8 centimetres. Well done if you got that one correct. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Fact families again. We've got pairs of calculations. This one here will help you to solve this one here. Okay, let's see if we can fill in the missing numbers now. Okay, we start with a nice easy one first of all. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. So what multiplied by 2 is 60? That's right, 30 multiplied by 2 is 60. 3 multiplied by 9 is 27. 3 times what equals 270? 3 times 90. 5 times 7 is 35. So 50 times what equals 350? 50 times 7. 6 multiplied by 6 equals 36. So 6 times what equals 360? 6 times 60. Well done. That's 6 times 6 here, remember? That's a square number. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we've got some more converting now. Remember, 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. I'm going to reveal the measurement. I'm going to pause for you to shout out your conversion. Then I'm going to tell you the answer. So you just shout out the answer in centimeters. Okay, so let's go. 2 centimeters. 5 centimeters. 8 centimeters. 10 centimeters. 40 centimeters. Now we're going to look at centimeters and millimeters. So I want you to shout out your answer with centimeters and millimeters. Okay. 3 centimeters, 7 millimeters. 4 centimeters, 8 millimeters. 7 centimeters, 1 millimeter. 10 centimeters, 8 millimeters. Okay, well done if you shouted those out nice and loud. Going to pause this for a second. I want you to convert these measurements on your page now. Okay, good converting everyone. Let's move on, shall we? Okay, more fact families. Got an array on the screen there. We're going to write out the 4 calculations you can get from that. That's the 2 multiplication and the 2 division calculations from that array. Okay, pause the video. Off you go now. Okay, let's make a start, shall we? So what do we got here? We've got 3 multiplied by 9. 9, 18, 27. So we've got 3 times 9 equals 27. What else have we got? We've got 9 times 3. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. 9 times 3 equals 27. Okay, there are 2 multiplication calculations. What's next? Well, we've got 27 split into groups of 9. How many 9s have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3. Or we've got 27 split into groups of 3. How many 3s have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well done if you've got all of those calculations correct. Okay, let's make a start on our factor bugs. Okay, we've got 3 numbers there in their factor bugs, 35, 24, 66. To write out all the factors, all the numbers that multiply to make those 3 numbers. Okay, off you go. Right, let's see, shall we? 35. Remember every factor? No, every number has at least 2 factors, which are 1 and itself, 1 times 35. We've also got 5 and 7. 5 multiplied by 7 equals 35. Okay, we've got 24 now. 1 and 24. And we've got 2 and 12. 3 and 8. 4 and 6. All those numbers multiplied to make 24. We've got 18 now. So we've got 1 and 18. 1 multiplied by 18 equals 18. 2 and 9. 3 and 6. Well done, you've got all 3 of those factor bugs correct. Okay, lastly, now we've got our rounding, nearest 100. Join in with me nice and loud. Look to your hundreds. Look to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, round down to the 100 that came before. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, round up to the next 100 on the number line. Good singing, guys. Well done. So now we're going to round 318 to the nearest 100. Okay, off you go. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? Now, we know that 318 falls between 300 and 400. They're the 2 multiples of 100 that 318 falls between. Now, when we're rounding to the nearest 100, to look at our tens column to help us, don't we? So, let's put that in the number line. Halfway between 300 and 400 would be 350. So 318 goes here, doesn't it? It's very close. We can straight away see our answer, really, can't we? 318 is closest to 300. If we weren't sure, this 1 or this 10 definitely tells us to round down. So 318 rounded to the nearest 100 is 300. Okay, that's it for this time, guys. Well done and bye-bye.